Okay, so here we are at the M.A.D Museum. In English, that means Black House Museum. So supposedly, this was an artist of the 1900s who built this house and basically created a lot of abstract art on the inside that we're going to see. And this is more deemed of like hell, where the other temple was more of a like heaven or hell entering heaven. This is supposedly more of just like the depiction of hell. According to what our guide was saying, I'm a little confused, so I'm gonna have to look more into it later. But this is the Black House Museum here. It's like a really big, oversized barn kind of mixed with a temple. It's interesting. So here it has these big elaborate doors you enter into. And then on the inside is essentially all this abstract art. Look at this guy. Pretty interesting stuff in here. So this place to enter is like under $3, so if you're in the area, it's worth coming in just to see because it's kind of cool. It's very different from a lot of the art and sculptures you see around Thailand. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So was this table here?
Yeah.
When he lived here?
Teak, golden teak, all is golden teak.
But was it here when he lived here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he had dinner here. Yeah.
And also another home also.
Oh, okay, nice.
So much.
Yeah. This reminds me of like a gallery in where I'm from, close to Miami.
Yeah.
There's artists that I know that have galleries this big.
Yep.
With the concrete floor, same idea. So I could understand an artist living here.
Yes. Excuse me.
Yeah. Yes, that was my main question. Is if this is something that was put in here after, or if this was here when the artist lived here. So this reminds me of my uncle's friend's house in Miami. This lady named Merck, she has these really long tables and about the same size gallery with even more obscure art in it than this compared to what this guy does. My uncle and his friend did some pretty crazy stuff too. So this is not very new to me as far as the craziness and some of the weirdness of it, including the sculpture that we saw with the guy with the penis. That's fairly common with some of the artwork I've seen that my uncle and his friends do. I don't know if I would necessarily call this abstract though. I'd have to talk to my uncle and see what he would consider this. Because I mean, you can tell this is like some form of monkey with some kind of blood. This is obviously tigers and demons and guy with a spear. Usually with most abstract art, you can't tell that this is a guy holding a spear. So I don't know if I would necessarily call it abstract. That's definitely not abstract. That's a dude with a big schlong. So like this over here, it looks like a Baphomet type of devil creature. Now this bottom part is more abstract, but I think that could even be depicting like the hell it's coming from. And you can see like the little girl down here with the lion and the spear. So I mean, our guide said this was abstract, but I don't necessarily think I would declare it as abstract. I don't know the different terms of art so much, so I can't really think of what it would be called. But comment below if, tell me what you would consider this kind of art. You know, I guess there's different levels of abstract too, so it could be like abstract something or something abstract. So as you walk to the back here, we're gonna go back out this door. See what we see out here. I always love all these elephant sculptures. I think they're the coolest. This looks like a sacrifice room or something. It's like all the chairs are all circled around this center pit. I can only imagine what was going on in a room like this, you know, 60 years ago, before the man passed away. Supposedly he was married to a woman in the Netherlands, and when he passed away, she moved back to the Netherlands, and he had a son who I don't think wanted to have anything to do with him. You can read more into the history if you want to look up the Black House Museum history. And then he said there's multiple houses throughout, so to spend most of your time in the main house, but it's still definitely worth checking out all these other areas. They're really cool looking. I wonder how many people lived here at one point, or if it was just one guy who continued to build structures. I'll look more into the history of it when I leave. I would have looked more into it before I came, but I thought it literally was just one house. It says they have a black ice cream over there. I think I want to give that a try. It said they add like bamboo shoots to it or something like that to make it black, which didn't make sense to me because I thought bamboo shoots were, well, not black. So I don't know. Here's the front of that thing we just walked by. So there's definitely multiple houses throughout the property. We'll continue to walk and see what we see. Yeah, so if you checked out my last video, I did the White Temple. This is on the same tour. They do a temple tour of the White and Blue Temple, and then they add this Black House Museum in with it. I'm also going to be going to the Karen Long Neck Village as well, so you'll see footage of that. These are some of my last days in Chiang Mai. This is actually Chiang Rai, or Chiang Rai. It's a really big property though, so the guy who owned this, in order to build all this, must have had a lot of money or funding to be able to get this all completed on this. I mean, this property, as you can see, goes all the way back to there. The first house we were at was way back there. So it's a really big property. But it's really nice and shaded. It's a really good outdoor walk for this time of the day, even if it's hot. We're peak middle of the day right now. It's really hot outside. But being here is really nice and cool, because you get a little bit of the breeze. This is Chiang Rai in December time, so I wouldn't say it's cold in any sense of the matter, but get a slight little nice breeze when you're in the shade up here. It's not like Bangkok or Phuket when it's just continuously hot as can be. This area is a little nicer. I still wouldn't consider it jacket weather. So somebody who's worried about having a jacket, I wouldn't worry about that too much. Even at night. I ended up bringing a jacket and a sweater and I regret it. I basically just need a sweater for the airplane and that's about it. These animal pelts with drawings on them. Once again, I wouldn't consider any of this abstract. I would just consider this bad art. These vulture heads and this lady with the angel wings. Looks like she's like spread apart like a pig to roast. It's pretty gruesome. But it's all like not the best artwork. Like this looks like it was drawn by like a little kid. Oh look, in the corner it says 2023. So this was definitely not something that was here from a long time ago. So it looks like they're still modernizing it by putting, you know, new art up like you see there. So I wonder how much of this is new. Yeah, it's the only thing I would say about a tour also. This thing looks pretty cool. The tour guide kind of explains stuff when you're on the bus in broken English. And then when you get here, you kind of have to just look around and see stuff. But you don't really know what you're looking at. And you don't have that much time to like be sitting here on your phone reading about stuff because you only have a certain amount of time. So, like I said before, while I'm taking this picture, if you are somebody who likes to really know what you're looking at and really engage yourself in knowing the history and all of that, I would recommend to come on your own. And you can spend as much time here as you want. Because when you're on a time constraint, you can basically do what I'm doing right now. I mean, I'm kind of fast pacing it, as you can see in this video, and just going from one little thing to the next and not really looking too deeply. But like I said in the last video, this is kind of how I like to do things. Just look at it, boom, go to the next thing. Where some people really like to spend, you know, a lot of time doing something. Yeah, the phallic stuff here is just constant. It's like a sacrifice room once again. You have all the shelves around, all the chairs around. Definitely get like a sacrifice you know, mindset when you're doing this. I'm seeing it. So like I said, I don't know how much of this is new though. Like, was most of it built off of the theme of the first house? Like, did the first black house kind of come up with the main concept and then in the future they just kept adding on to it? Or was this all here 50 years ago also? So, once again, those are things that, you know, you can look up on Google, like I'm going to when I'm done here. Just Google Black House Museum history. Like this sculpture. Has it been here 2 years or 43 years? I don't know. by the looks of that and these screws and the type of rubber, it looks like tire. Yeah, this is made out of tires. So that's something that's obviously newer too. Now, I don't know what this is, but some kind of animal bone, but they seem to have formed it to look like it's a giant. And for all we know, it could be a giant. Sure looks like a giant to me. So there you go for your conspiracy people. There's your Nephilim right there. Alright, so now we're headed back to the front. We'll walk around the outside here. Oh look, more penises. Okay, this is from my friend Gabe. He really likes penises. He really doesn't, but I always joke with him. Alright, so now I gotta find where that ice cream place was, because I think I wanted to try that. And then I think we're gonna end the video here. I may pop on and show you my ice cream if I find it. Then we'll go from there. Alright guys, peace out.